And good morning, everybody. Welcome to the 14th Emerging Growth Conference. I'm Anna Berry, and I'm going to be your host today. So just a few notes for those attending. This is a live, continuous event. It begins now, and it runs until 2:30 Eastern Time. So when we switch to the next company, you're going to see a black screen for just a brief moment, but don't go anywhere because it's just us moving over. If you do experience downtime for more than a minute or two, just refresh your browser and everything should work properly again. Now, our platform works best on Google Chrome. So if you're watching from an Apple device, you have to hit the play button to start the session. So let's begin, as we have an exciting list of companies in a wide range of growth sectors presenting to you today. And our previous conferences, all of the conferences to come, they're uploaded to the Emerging Growth Conference YouTube channel. So please subscribe, youtube.com/Emerging Growth Conference. Now, during each company's presentation, you can submit questions through the webinar module, and the presenters will attempt to address as many of those at the end of their presentation. And one last note. After today's event at 2:30 Eastern Time, you'll be redirected to the registration page for the next conference. So be sure to stay on or come back to reserve your spot early. Now, today we have 11 companies presenting. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our first. We have Net Savings Link Inc. It trades on the OTC Pink sheets under the symbol NSAV and is a cryptocurrency, blockchain, and digital asset technology company. Please welcome Yuen Wong, the director, and Dani Garcia, founder and CTO of Virtua Broker. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hello, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, we're happy to have you back. The floor is yours. Take it away.
Okay, cool. Then, well, first, I'm Dani Garcia, the founder of Virtua Broker, and I would like to share with you a few slides to talk about Virtua Broker. We will go through what we are doing at the moment, how the roadmap looks like, and I will share the screen and show you the platform a little bit. So let's start. What is Virtua Broker? So Virtua Broker is your all-in-one platform to find, link, manage, and trade your entire crypto holding across multiple exchanges. So we have a fully operated platform where you can aggregate all your exchanges and you can see everything that happened in your portfolio from one single place. We are building tools so you can find the best price across exchanges, and you can place order and check what's going on in your crypto platform. And we are building as well automations with some strategies that are selling and buying automatically for you. So the development started in 2017. We are a UK company with development center in Barcelona, in Spain, and we have a platform fully operational since May 2021. We launched the platform, and we have started getting traction. So why now? Well, the crypto world has been famous for a while now, and is getting traction more and more and more. There is a business for more than $600 billion US, and there is a lot of users, a lot of companies, and there is a lot going on. So we think it was a really good time to have a tool where you can consolidate everything and where you can do trading and control everything without having to go to all of each individual platforms. So one of the features that Virtua Broker has is the price search, where you can find the best prices to buy and sell across multiple exchanges with a really easy UI. So it's really easy to use. We are going to build coin discovery, where we are checking for you what are the upcoming coins that are going to be performing the best. The whole platform is running artificial intelligence. So we are building algorithms. We are checking prices in real time across all the exchanges, and we are taking decisions based on what happened in the market. We have multi-portfolio trading, so you can have everything in one single place, as I said before, and you can check everything that happens in there. And as well, one cool functionality that nobody else has, we are the first ones, is the sustainability trading, where you can see what's the CO2 that is being generated by your transactions, and you can check what the impact in CO2 in the world, and you can do offsetting and become net zero. So the key values features on Virtua Broker is price searching, portfolio management, currency management, the coin discovery. The platform is built on a lot of artificial intelligence algorithms. We can handle multiple exchanges. trading automations, so you don't have to be looking at the screen 24/7. We have the CO2 offsetting, trend detections, the sustainability dashboard, and we are enhancing the manual trading that you can do in each of the individual exchanges. So we are going to build a lot of more features over the time, obviously. So VirtuaBroker is becoming the only platform that you need. At the moment, we have two options. You can try the platform for free. You can join the platform and try all the different features that we have, connect your exchanges, check your portfolio, and start automations. You can start with the free plan to simulation bots, where you don't have to spend any money, and you can see how the platform will perform. And you can have two real bots connected to your exchanges through API keys. One of the things I always say is that we don't keep your money. We are just connected to your exchanges. You have to give us permissions, and we operate in your behalf. There are some limits in the free version about trading volume that are removed in the paid version. It says in euros, but it's $9 for you in the States a month, and you have all the features. Obviously, we are not alone. We have some competitors. But obviously, what we are trying to do always is to improve what they have and to get new features and be pioneers in some of the fields. So checking at the projected business plan, we are seeking to close the year with 1,046 paid users, and we are going to be executing a marketing plan we have at the moment, and we are going to be growing users over the time. So these revenues are in thousands. We expect to close the year with revenues of 115,000, and we plan to be profitable from next year already.
Very impressive.
So, as I said, yeah, thanks. The whole from birth to launch, as I said before, we created the concept and the design of the platform on December 2017. We did a prototype in September 2020. We launched the first MVP with some beta users in March 2021, and we launched already a soft commercial launch this May. Now in September, we are launching the commercial launch, where we are going to have marketing campaigns going on. A little bit about the team. So the key people, well, I'm first in the list in this slide. I'm the founder and the CTO. We have a business advisor, Andre. We have the two senior developers, lead developers, and Andres and Alcides. We have Dani taking a look at the network and security, Lisa, customer succeed, Mateo, UX, UI, and we have Angel as a legal counsel. We have more people in the teams. We are growing, and we want to grow a lot and to make the roadmap we have in mind happen. So this is for the presentation, but I would like now to talk about some KPIs quickly. So we have at the moment more than 2,000 users currently. Out of that, 576 are active, operating with bots, price search, etc. We have done more than 50,000 transactions since June, and the bots at the moment are having more or less between 5 and 7% of profit monthly. The bot with coin acquisition that we have. So news. Then next week, we are planning to release manual trading. Before in VirtuaBroker, you could use the price search, where you could find the best price across exchanges between two pairs and do swap at market price. And now with the manual trading, you will be able to handle open orders across exchanges, all the exchanges that you have. Even if you create an order or place an order in Binance or Kraken, you will see it in VirtuaBroker, and you can cancel and you can handle it. You can place orders across the exchanges as well, meaning that from VirtuaBroker, you will be able to place an order in all the exchanges you have connected. So I'm going to quickly share while I talk. I guess you can see it. I'm checking. Yeah. So this is a design of the manual trade. It's being implemented. We are testing it already. We are missing a few things. Then you will be able to check the prices across all the exchanges. If you have the exchange connected, you will be able to place order, buy, sell in limit, market, and sell stop loss and take profit. As I said before, at VirtuaBroker, you were able to check what's the best price across the exchanges and quickly swap if you had the exchange connected. That would be the same as market order, but now here you can check all the different pairs. You will have your open orders and you will be able to close them and to check, do some technical analysis also using the graph. So basically, you don't need to go exchange by exchange to trade. You can do it everything from VirtuaBroker. And as well, we are working on enhancing the trading experiences. This is going to be the first version, and we are going to be building tools on top of that. So the user experience and everything you can do is improving what is already existing in the exchanges. And the most important is that you can do everything from one single place. And we reduce the friction in trading, so everybody can come here and do their trades. Regarding, we had some questions about marketing and user acquisition. We are collaborating with a North American company, which they are marketing experts. We have a marketing plan, and a few bullet points of what we are going to do is we are improving this SEO of our website and positioning. We are going to be having a new version of the website also next week. We are going to start with a visibility campaign in Facebook and Instagram. We are going to have ads and also Twitter. After that, Google search ads, YouTube ads. We are going to have a monthly newsletter, and we are going to have marketing campaigns for lead registrations and retargeting. As well, we are going to create a blog to talk about trends, what happens, talk about features. We are going to be creating videos, tutorials, and we are getting a community manager as well to engage with the community in social media and explain what's going on and get some traction and visibility. Another action we are doing for marketing, we are building a referral program. So it means that if you bring somebody to the platform, you will get a reward. And this is also coming, I think next month it will be ready. And a little bit more about the roadmap. What can we expect the following months? We are adding another exchange, probably Binance US. We are working in several, but Binance US is the one which is going to be ready first. We are going to be releasing the mobile application. We are going to create more automated strategies, more than the coin acquisition, and we are checking into the DeFi world. So we are going to be offering services related with DeFi. So now what I would like to do is I will stop sharing this, and I'm going to quickly share again the screen, but I will show the platform. I will show VirtuaBroker running. So 1 second. I think you can see it now. Yeah. So what you can expect when you register at VirtuaBroker. The first thing that you see at the moment is a market feature where you have the prices in real time of the markets across the exchanges. You can have them in favorites, and you have a search as well. And then you can see what's the price across the different exchanges and how the price has been evolving. Next week here, there will appear also the manual trading, so you can go directly to do manual trading here. As I said before, we have the price search where you can swap quickly through. You can search through the markets. You get some conversions, and you can see what is the best price in the markets. So if you have several exchanges, so if you are connected, if you have your exchange connected, you can add the price, the amount of money that you want to convert, and you can convert directly from here without having to go, in that case, to Binance. And you have an history as well of all your conversions that you have done. In my portfolio, you have an aggregated view of your changes. As I said before, you can see how your portfolio has been performing or growing over the time, growing hopefully. You have an aggregated view of all your assets, all your currencies across all the exchanges. And you have here also the value you can have in Bitcoin, in USD, and in euros, and how many coins you have in all the different exchanges. So with that, you have a view without having to go to all your exchanges. Manual trading will be next week. Then the automatic trading is where you can set up a new bot, automations. I have a few running. You can start, stop, delete. So I have some in paper trading, which are the simulated ones, and some in real ones connected to Kraken, Coinbase Pro, and all the exchanges I have. Then if we take a look at one, you can see the detailed view of what the bot has been doing over the time. That's the accumulated profit since the beginning. That's the limit. I only put 100 euros. The total volume traded was 2.63 Ethers. That means the amount of Ethers that the bot has been buying and selling. You can see here all the transactions. And because this is a real bot, if I go to Kraken, I will see in my account all of these transactions. All of these, there are quite a bit. As well, you can check the chart, and you can see here where the bot is buying, selling. So there is activity going on at the moment. Now the market is good for the bots because it's increasing a little bit. In order to start the bot, we have a screen where you can select with the strategy that you want to use. There is a little description, and then you can select which is the exchange that you want to use. It can be one of your connected exchanges or simulation bot. If it's simulation bot, that's just fake money. It's simulation, just to see how the platform works, how it performs, and so on. If I select an exchange, I can take a look at the currencies that we have in here. And in that case, when I select the limit trade has to be in what it's called quote or counter currency, in that case in euros. So in my wallet, I need to have euros so the bot can start operating. Then we have here the typical message saying that trading is risky, but it's up to you, obviously. And other feature, we have the backtesting to be able to try the strategies that we have implemented. And you can basically check how this strategy will have performed the last 7 days. You can see here what are the profits. It says that has been 56 trades. There were 33 buy orders, 23 sell operations. That means that there are 10 that hasn't been sold at the end of this execution. The profit until the closing time was 4.48% this week, and what hasn't been sold is minus 4% at the moment, but that means that the bot will sell it when the price go up again. This just bought, and it will wait until it's profitable to sell. Also, we have here a cool feature powered by Nosama, the sustainability trading dashboard. Here is where you can see what's the CO2 impact of your transactions in case you want to become CO2 net zero. We can see here, for instance, that the impact of my transaction has been almost 10 kilograms. The offset value will be 50 cents, 55 cents, more or less. Then you have here some split on how the blockchain of these cryptos is validated, proof of work, proof of stake, other type of validation. Just to give you an idea, these calculations are off-chain. And you have here some similarities, like what I have offsetted is the equivalent around the production of 42,000, more or less, 50 CL bottled waters. You can offset, if you click in the offset button, you can decide the amount of money that you want to offset. And when you offset, you have here, through this link, the explanation about the sustainability program. We are working with an offsetting company. They are in charge of doing the CO2 offsetting through their programs. You can learn more if you go to their website. And as well, we have VirtuaBroker in several languages. We are going to be adding more and more. And to make it work, you have to connect your exchanges. So at the moment, we have this list of exchanges. I have them connected. And when you are connecting to one, you have to input the data to be able to connect the API key. And if you need help checking how to connect or knowing how to connect, we have some tutorial where step by step we tell you what you should do, what you should follow to connect your exchange with VirtuaBroker. Basically, in the exchange, you create what is called an API key, and if you have to configure certain privileges and permissions. So when you configure this API key in VirtuaBroker, you are letting VirtuaBroker to trade in your behalf in that platform. So we are going to be checking when is the best time to buy, sell, if you create bots, and we are going to get your portfolio as well and show it into your my portfolio screen. We have the subscription page. In case you want to get more features of VirtuaBroker, you can see your currently subscription and you can manage and upgrade if you want. You can give us feedback. And as I said before, in the next weeks, we are going to have the referral programs, and this manual trade, it will be available for everybody. And again, VirtuaBroker is about eliminating friction in trading. So you have everything that you need in one single place, and we are going to be working in making it better. So all the feedback is welcome. We like to get information about what our users think, and as well, obviously, everybody is welcome to join. And with that, I stop sharing my presentation. And yep, so if somebody has any question, I will be more than happy to answer.
All right, great presentation. Thank you so much. We do have a few questions. Let's dive right in. We have a question from Deep Dive Trading. So is security related protection of exchange handled with in-house staff or outside source?
So what we do is when you are configuring the exchanges in VirtuaBroker, we are encrypting this data and it's safely saved. We are using cloud providers and they have a lot of security in place. We are using this security and we are improving this security also with our own mechanisms.
Okay. David Booth is asking, can you explain the delaying of the launch of for the regulatory reasons? Explain the delay of the launch.
I guess the regulatory reasons maybe is for you, Yuen, because is that related to VirtuaBroker or the NSAV exchange? I guess it's the NSAV exchange.
I think the question is regarding the centralized exchange, right? So obviously, all people know that there's a lot of discussion and a lot of regulatory changes. So our legal team is looking at that to see how best to comply. Because from my past experience, having involved in some exchange operation, US is always complex, right? SEC is always very strict, and then we have the many states to check, because certain states we might need the money service business license and all this. So it's certainly not a simple task, but I think it's better to get it right from the start than trying to rush things through, because we have seen that if you guys are aware of the blockchain and crypto scene, you can even check the tweets from CZ, right, of Binance, that he is trying to make Binance compliance, but it's not always easy, right? Like for example, they got a warning from Hong Kong's SFC, which is equivalent of the US SEC and all this. And if you watch closely, right, Sam Bankman-Fried, he was kind of like complaining that he's spending 5 hours per day, trying to answer questions on all the regulations and compliance issues that I think he doesn't really enjoy, because I think he would be more like a Dani, trying to solve all the the exchange solutions, liquidity solutions, market making solutions, and trading solutions. But instead, he's spending hours and hours answering all those legislative regulations, compliance and what have you. Yeah. So I think if we are going in for the long term, right, let's do it right, once and for all. I think that would be much better for a mid to long term growth. Because remember, that's my belief. Having involved in a blockchain for quite a few years, we are only at the beginning. Even if you look at Coinbase, right, we would think that they are sizable. But I think give it a few more years, I think they will be at the size of or even bigger than potentially, right, bigger than Amazon and all this, because blockchain is the future. Yeah. So that's my belief. Yeah. And also, just to share more, the team has told me that obviously, and this is coming from our interim CEO as well. Not only we're looking at centralized solution, right? We are also looking at decentralized solution. Okay, so in the field of blockchain, there is the centralization and decentralization and all this. So we are looking at the DeFi, decentralized exchange as well. That is something also very interesting. If I'm allowed to go on, right? We are also looking at things like the NFT and all this. So NFT can also be divided into many fields, right? So we have the digital art, we have the music, IP, and all this, and we have the marketplace. Just to share with you guys, right? Yesterday there was a big news, right, coming from Alibaba, right, and they are trying to come up with NFT marketplace. Yeah. So I think they have also seen the kind of like a massive growth, say from players such as OpenSea and all this, right? Remember OpenSea raised I think it was like a $200 million USD, to further propel their growth. So we can see that many things are happening, right? And we also see the explosive growth of NFT gaming, all those are play to earn and all this. So I myself, because I'm also personally investing in the blockchain projects. So this part, I'm also helping NSAV or NSAV, right, to see how we can go into innovative high growth sectors, like this. And of course, some of y'all might know that another part of my role is the CEO of our Labs group, right? So obviously that part is dealing with real estate digitization, right? But on the other hand, we also have the digitization of virtual assets, right? So metaverse is another big area that I think after analyzing for quite a while, I do believe that is really the future, right? And we have heard Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook say that in future Facebook would be metaverse, right? So initially I couldn't understand much because I'm not really that young, so trying to get into the minds of the young people is not always easy and straightforward for me. But then when I try to understand and study more, right, it's just the future. Because look, even people, right, real life people, and also your internet personality or your internet identity could be different. I believe that in future we'll have, maybe I'm an introvert in real life, but I might have an extrovert a set of my second life, on metaverse, and I maybe I can try to get to know different kind of friends or get married to a different wife in the world of metaverse, right? So don't let my wife know that, okay? But that's how interesting it is, right? Yeah, and I can own assets, be it in a special place, either on Earth or on Mars and all this. So certainly very, very interesting, right? Yeah. So I myself is trying to know more about that, but I believe blockchain is really just the beginning. Yeah. So
thank you.
yeah. Well, I'm not too sure whether I'm allowed to go on, but since I'm on this, right, there are also other things that are more real, okay. At least we need all those solutions now, right? Like collateralized lending platform, right? Why do you have to go to a bank, to borrow, right? And why do you have to lend to the bank in order for the banks to lend to other people, right? So that's why we got the decentralization. We have the DeFi, right? Decentralized finance. But we all know that recent cases, right? The Poly network got hacked, right? And the hacker almost got away with 600 million USD, right? And that's why I think sometimes we need to play a balance between, a hybrid nature or having some centralization within a decentralized framework, right? And that's why, safety is always very important, right? And that's why we need to have good leaders such as, Dani of Virtua Broker, right? To ensure that, your assets, be it real life or synthetic or purely digital, right? It just have to be safe, yeah. So we all know that in the world of blockchain, the code is the law, and that's why we need to always practice a lot of sense and extra take extra precaution, right? Yeah. So same thing on the business of be it in the exchange or the auxiliary service solutions and all this. We just need to take extra care, right? And I would try to, lead the team. No, sorry, not to lead the team, but to guide the team, when we look at different blockchain projects and all this. And I believe that having a few years in this field and having the network and resources, surely I can help the team, progress and all this. And surely I will help VirtuaBroker, because I have resources there, and also I have connections, say in parts of Asia or China, right? So that everybody can be getting the win-win together. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for that. We've got a few more questions. We have a question from Mike Whaley. Will there be an app for the exchange, and could VirtuaBroker help with development?
We are building a mobile application, but it's not going to be an exchange. It's going to be VirtuaBroker itself, mobile version, where you can connect to your exchanges and manage them through the mobile application.
Thank you for that. A question from Hunter Ward. The exchange seems to be showing old prices. Am I doing something wrong, or will this be fixed? Also, Yuen is managing director at Bitmart and involved as a director for NSAV's exchange at the same time. Is that a conflict of interest?
Yeah, that's a very, very tough question, but I'll get to that. Yeah. So obviously, because we haven't plugged on to a lot of the API and all this, right? So the prices you're seeing is not the live pricing. Yeah. But when it is ready, of course, right, it will be almost the same pricing that you see on Binance or Coinbase or what have you, CoinMarketCap. Because if our price is not the real life actual pricing, then people would to do the arbitrage on it, right? And we will be screw up, right? In that sense, yeah. As for the second part of the question, that's very interesting, right? I do know that some people will question on that, right? But I try to, the blockchain world, or even just on the exchanges, right? The exchange world is so big and so vast, right? Everybody surely can get a piece of cake, a piece of the entire cake, right? And together we can also make the cake bigger, right? Or the pie bigger, put it that way. Certainly, we are trying to carve out a relationship that is going to be a win-win for both. Yeah. So I do realize that I have to take extra precaution here so that I will be perceived as a fair and practical person as well, right? But do give us some moments to work it out. Yeah. But that is surely a very good but tricky question from someone. Yeah. But we'll attend to that in a very, very good manner. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. We have a question from Kevin Pearson. Will VirtuaBroker ever give a year-end tax statement of capital gains and loss?
This is something we have in the roadmap to help customers to deal with their taxes. So, yeah, we will get there. It's on the roadmap.
Another question from Tom Crown. Will the new CEO of NSAV be coming on the conference in the future to speak about his vision for the company?
Surely, I think sooner or later he will, right? Because I think people one day will be tired of my face, right? Or I'm sorry to say that, maybe Dani's one as well, right? So obviously, being the new head of the company, he surely has to present his ideas and all this. But having involved in crypto and blockchain for a good 3 or 4 years, right? We realize that it is a world that takes a lot of learning, because it's so big, right? Even no one knows everything about blockchain. I think I can put that safely, right? Because like what I said, you have the SEX, the DEX, NFT, auxiliary service solutions. You have the metaverse. You even have the social network on blockchain, which I believe that it could also be big one day. Because so, for example, like your tweets one day, right, will be protected and will be forever on the chain and never ever could be erased, right? Maybe ask Donald Trump, he would certainly like that, right? Nobody could stop him from tweeting, Yeah. So all these are very interesting areas. Unfortunately, it does take time to really understand blockchain and all its applications and the complexity of it and what would make it work and what not. So give him some time, and we also have to fix, put all the pieces of the puzzle together, and then one day we'll present the overall picture, to our supporters, and I think everyone will be delighted. Yeah, because remember, like what I said, now it's only the beginning. Yeah.
Question from Sunit Ghosh. Are there plans for NSAV to buy back shares?
I'm not too sure how we can answer that, but like what I said, rest be assured, right? I think you guys know that who is behind this NSAV, progression, right? Yeah, or advancement in the new world, right? We have Silverback Capital. We are not new kids on the block. Certainly, we know how to make things work, right? Otherwise, the 12 years, in being a professional investment bank will be wasted, right? So definitely, this will not be the case. So let us work out the best solution for everyone. So to make it a win-win, yeah.
Question from James Harley. What roles will James Tilton serve at NSAV after being removed as CEO?
Yep. So I think you guys could see that James would still remain as the president. We don't because on certain things we still need his guidance, right? Yeah. So definitely we want to make the transition as smooth as possible. Yeah. But then, like what I said, we always need the right leader for this new movement. Blockchain is not easy. If you get it right, it is certainly, it would be such a propelling move, such a propelling advancement, right? I hate to use the language, in crypto speak, right? If we get it right on everything, then it will be kind of like, to the moon, or to the Mars, like just like what Elon Musk is trying to achieve, right? Yeah.
So Michael Gallardo asks, what is the stake of NSAV in Virtual Broker? 10%, 30%?
So at the moment is 10%. We are working towards finishing the agreement we had, and that should happen soon.
And George Olivero asks, when will the new NSAV CEO be announced?
As soon as we are ready.
Okay. Tom Crown asks, what kind of revenues do you expect for your decentralized exchange to bring in?
I think this is a very early question to answer right now, because whatever answer, your guess is as good as mine. But we all know that how big a decentralized exchange could get to, right? In case those people who are not aware, right? So the biggest decentralized exchange out there are the Uniswap, and what have you, the Pancake Swap, Quick Swap, and all this. None of them is small in size, right? But like what I said, it is a very interesting world. Despite that, it is only just the beginning. Unfortunately speaking, right? The blockchain world sooner or later will become just like e-commerce or just like the old internet world, right? Those who get it right become the giant, right? So it's just like a Matthew effect, right? The winners almost take it all. Yeah. So again, we have to be careful and try to be as meticulous in our execution as possible. Yeah. So let's keep an eye on it. Yeah. So let's win together. Yeah.
All right. Last question. Has NSAV exercised their option to buy an additional 20% of the company?
I guess that's related to Virtua Broker. We are working on it. So it's not executed yet, but we are with the paperwork.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we like Dani and his Virtua Broker so much, right? We are not going to easily let him off on this. Yeah, we try our best. It's just like a courtship, right? We love him, but we need him to love us as well. So let's try to make it work. Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, thank you so much. You have tons more questions, so we will send them directly to you so you can answer our viewers on your own time. But lots more questions for you all, and we really enjoyed you coming back on the conference and giving us these important updates, and we look forward to seeing you all again very soon. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, see you on the moon. Yeah.
Bye.
Stay cool.
Right.
Stay strong.
Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And remember, as we transition to our next presenter, you're going to see a black screen for just a moment, but don't go anywhere because we are coming right back.